Well, hello there, Ginantra here from myonlinebizjourney.com, and I'm so glad that you can join me for another episode on this channel. Today I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can invest in yourself, especially if you are at the beginning of your business or you're bootstrapping. Usually you're bootstrapping at the beginning of your business, so let's say that's interchangeable. All right, so way number 1, of course, is books. All right, so there's a statistic I read about 5-6 years ago that said about 70% of people do not read a book after they're done with school. So whether that's high school or college or whatever level of education, a lot of people don't pick up a book to read after they're done with school. And I think that is pretty sad, because books are such a treasure trove of knowledge that if you would take the time, and I don't want to sound so preachy, but if you would really take the time to delve into books, you would come up with so many fresh ideas. Because right now on the internet, there's a lot of content out there. There's a lot of rehashed content. There's a lot of content that's repeated. But if you would take a book and read it and develop some of those ideas with your blog post or even with the content that you produce, you will realize that you will stand out really, really quickly. There is a reason why there is that quote, readers are leaders. So pick up a book and read. And if you're one of those people that just don't enjoy reading physical books, well, there are ebooks now, and there are also audiobooks. And so you can go to a website like audible.com or audiobooks.com and listen to a book, whether it's a novel, a business book, or a scientific book. You can pick up several covers, several titles on Audible or audiobooks.com. And if you would like to sign up for audible.com, there is a link beneath this video that will allow you to try it out for 30 days. Okay, so way number 2, of course, online courses. And those are my personal favorites because I love creating online courses. I love sitting down to create video for online courses. But don't listen to me just because I'm biased with online courses. But online courses are also another great way for you to get ahead and for you to establish yourself as a leader by learning. And of course, websites like Udemy, Skillshare, there's teachable.com. Of course, there's YouTube, which is kind of like a learning academy also, even though it's not really, you don't have to pay for stuff. Of course, now there's YouTube Red, but you don't have to necessarily pay for the videos that you watch on YouTube. But those in of themselves are also some form of online courses that can really, really help you, that you can educate yourself on just about any topic that you want to educate yourself on. So just pick a topic. You will find an online course on it and go ahead and delve into that course and finish it up. And the most important thing with learning is that once you're done, whether it's a book or an online course, here's what I want you to do. Go and implement everything you have learned. It's the only way it's going to work. I've heard people say, oh, I tried this and I tried that and I tried what you said, but it didn't work. Well, sometimes it's because you skipped steps or you haven't implemented it fully, and that is why it is not working. So that's number 2, online courses. Number 3 way to educate yourself if you are bootstrapping is, of course, podcasting. I love podcasts because you can basically, if you have a cell phone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone or even a Windows phone, you know that all of these devices have apps that allow you to download podcasts or stream podcasts onto your device. And so your device, your cell phone, your iPad, or whatever device, mobile device that it is that you have, can become a learning university for you if you subscribe to some of the top rated podcasts. Some of my favorites are smartpassiveincome.com, sidehustlenation.com is also another favorite of mine. These two are basically my 2 favorites, and they give so much knowledge and so much value. And even if you just take the smartpassiveincome.com podcast, you could go through from episode 1 to the current episode he's on, which is I think 200 and something, and you could learn so much in those 200 hours than you could probably learn in a traditional learning institution. Don't tell my college professors I told you that. Okay, all right. But it's absolutely true. I have a background in biomedical sciences. I absolutely do not have a background in business. But over the last 4 years, from listening to podcasts, from doing online courses, from reading books, from implementing stuff myself and coming back and reporting the results, I have been able to begin to stand out, as a voice, as somebody that has an opinion. And if you are like that, if you are trying to break out in the online space and you're trying to establish yourself as an authority figure and a person that is an authority on a subject, then it's absolutely important that you invest in these ways. And especially if you don't have all the money to do stuff like personal coaching or do certain kinds of coaching which are pretty high end. I'm not knocking those at all. I just realized that there's so many people that need access to this high quality coaching that don't necessarily have the money. But if you're diligent enough to take the books, to take the online courses, to listen to podcasts, and to most importantly implement them and then learn and refine what you have learned, I have no doubt that you will begin to stand out as that authority figure that you want to be. Much for joining me for this video. Once again, my name is Ginondra from myonlinebizjourney.com, and I have a free community for motivated solopreneurs known as the Solopreneur Brain Trust. And so if you are a party of one in your business, or it's you and a tiny team, then I'm inviting you to join us in our group, in our community on Facebook. You can go to bit.ly/joinsbt to request access. It is just one click away. You don't need to sign up for anything and you'll be in the group. I do daily live casts within the group. We do different community events to help each other grow and learn and be the best solopreneurs that we can be. So I hope to see you in the Solopreneur Brain Trust.